Have you ever heard the saying, "Behind every great movement, there's an even greater woman"? It's a saying that resonates deeply with me because it speaks to the often unsung heroes, the women who dared to stand up and fight for what they believed in. Today, we're diving deep into the powerful stories of women who didn't just participate in history. They made it. From fighting for basic human rights to sparking nationwide revolutions, these women changed the course of America forever. Let's explore the incredible journeys of Susan B. Anthony, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, and Dolores Huerta, women who embody the very spirit of strength, resilience, and unwavering determination. Imagine a time in America when women couldn't even raise their voices in the halls of government. A time when the simple act of casting a ballot, of having a say in how your life and your country were run, was denied to you simply because you were a woman. That was the reality for women like Susan B. Anthony. Born in 1820, Susan B. Anthony was a force of nature. She saw the injustice around her, the way women were relegated to the sidelines, treated as second-class citizens in their own country, and she refused to accept it. Susan became a tireless advocate for women's suffrage, traveling the country, giving speeches, organizing petitions, and challenging laws that denied women their basic rights. In 1872, she took the bold step of voting illegally in the presidential election. She was arrested, put on trial, and made to defend her actions in a court of law. But even facing persecution, Susan refused to back down. At her trial, she delivered a powerful speech about equality, declaring, "Resistance to tyranny is obedience to God." Her words resonated throughout the courtroom and beyond, igniting a fire in the hearts of those who yearned for a more just and equitable society. Though Susan B. Anthony passed away in 1906, 14 years before she could see her life's work come to fruition, her impact was undeniable. Her unwavering dedication to the cause of women's suffrage helped pave the way for the 19th Amendment, ratified in 1920, which finally granted women the right to vote. Susan B. Anthony's story is a testament to the power of perseverance, of unwavering belief in a cause greater than oneself. She taught America that democracy isn't just a man's game, it's a right and a responsibility that belongs to all citizens. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine yourself in Montgomery, Alabama on December 1, 1955. The air is thick with the weight of segregation, of separate water fountains, separate schools, separate sections on the bus. On this day, a 42-year-old seamstress named Rosa Parks boarded a bus after a long day's work. She was tired, yes, but more than that, she was tired of the injustice, the indignity of it all. When she was told to give up her seat to a white passenger, Rosa Parks made a decision that would reverberate throughout history. She refused to move. It was a stand against the entire system of segregation that had held African Americans captive for far too long. It was a declaration that said, "I am worthy of respect, I am worthy of dignity, I am worthy of equality." Rosa Parks' quiet act of defiance ignited a firestorm. Her arrest sparked the Montgomery bus boycott, a protest that lasted over a year, crippling the city's transportation system and drawing national attention to the civil rights movement. What many people don't realize is that Rosa Parks wasn't just a tired seamstress who happened to take a stand that day. She was a longtime activist, deeply involved with the NAACP, fighting for social justice behind the scenes. Her act on that bus wasn't impulsive, it was a calculated move, a strategic strike against a system she knew was morally wrong. Rosa Parks' bravery showed the world that sometimes, revolution starts with a simple word, no. Without lifting a weapon, without violence, Rosa Parks helped dismantle an entire system of racial segregation. Her legacy continues to inspire us today, reminding us that each of us has the power to make a difference, that even the smallest act of courage can change the course of history. Chapter 3. Harriet Tubman, Conducting the Underground Railroad to Freedom. Imagine the courage it takes to escape the bonds of slavery, to risk everything for a taste of freedom. Now imagine the even greater courage it takes to go back, not once but 13 times, to lead others out of the darkness and into the light. That was the life of Harriet Tubman. Born into slavery around 1822, Harriet Tubman knew firsthand the horrors of that institution. After escaping to freedom in 1849, she became a conductor on the Underground Railroad, a clandestine network of safe houses and secret routes that helped enslaved people escape to the north. Harriet Tubman was more than just a guide. She was a beacon of hope, a symbol of resistance against an inhumane system. She famously said, "I never ran my train off the track and I never lost a passenger." During the Civil War, Harriet Tubman's bravery reached new heights. She served as a spy for the Union Army, using her knowledge of the South and her network of contacts to gather intelligence and help undermine the Confederacy. She even led a raid that freed over 700 enslaved people, proving that one person's courage can indeed change the course of history. Harriet Tubman's life is a testament to the boundless capacity of the human spirit. Chapter 4, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Declaring Sentiments Demanding Equality. Imagine a time when women were expected to be seen and not heard, confined to the domestic sphere, their voices silenced in the public square. It was into this world that Elizabeth Cady Stanton dared to speak truth to power. In 1848, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, along with Lucretia Mott and other courageous women, organized the Seneca Falls Convention in New York. This gathering marked the first women's rights convention in American history, a pivotal moment when women came together to demand their rightful place in society. At Seneca Falls, Elizabeth Cady Stanton presented her Declaration of Sentiments, a powerful document that echoed the language of the Declaration of Independence, but with a critical difference. It boldly declared that all men and women are created equal, challenging the very foundation of a society that had long denied women basic rights. Elizabeth Cady Stanton didn't just ask politely, she demanded recognition, respect, and a fundamental shift in how society viewed women. Her Declaration of Sentiments became a rallying cry for the women's rights movement, outlining key demands such as equal access to education, employment, property ownership, and the right to vote. Elizabeth Cady Stanton understood that true equality meant dismantling the patriarchal structures that kept women from reaching their full potential. She challenged traditional gender roles, championing women's right to control their own bodies and make their own choices. Elizabeth Cady Stanton's legacy is profound. Chapter 5. Dolores Huerta, Si Se Puede, the fight for farm workers' rights. Often when we think of social justice movements, we think of protests in big cities, of marches on Washington. But the fight for equality happens everywhere, in every corner of our nation, even in the fields where the food we eat is harvested. Dolores Huerta, a tireless advocate for social justice, understood this deeply. In the 1960s, she co-founded the United Farm Workers alongside Cesar Chavez, dedicating her life to improving the lives of those who toiled in the fields, often facing exploitation, abuse, and deplorable working conditions. Dolores Huerta was a force to be reckoned with. She was a skilled organizer, a gifted negotiator, and a fearless leader who inspired countless farm workers to stand up for their rights. Her rallying cry, Si Se Puede, meaning yes we can, became a symbol of hope and perseverance for the farm worker movement. Dolores Huerta put her body on the line, leading strikes, organizing boycotts, and facing down opposition from powerful agricultural interests. She fought for fair wages, for safe working conditions, for the basic human dignity of those who put food on our tables. Dolores Huerta's legacy is one of unwavering dedication to the cause of social justice. She taught us that every voice matters, that every person has the power to make a difference, and that together, Si Se Puede. We've journeyed through the lives of 5 extraordinary women, each a trailblazer in their own right. Susan B. Anthony, Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman, Elizabeth Cady Stanton, Dolores Huerta. Their names are etched in the annals of history, their stories a testament to the power of courage, resilience, and unwavering belief in a more just and equitable world. These women didn't set out to be heroes, they simply saw what was wrong and refused to stay silent. They understood that change rarely comes easy, that progress requires sacrifice, and that the fight for justice is often long and arduous. As we reflect on their legacies, let us remember that the work for equality is far from over. May the stories of these remarkable women inspire us all to tap into our own inner strength, to raise our voices for what we believe in, and to continue the fight for a world where every individual is valued, respected, and empowered to reach their full potential.